everyone. We're back. Konnichiwa, konbanwa, ohayo gozaimasu, minasan. I'm back from Japan, and yeah, it's been a long time since our last episode, but we're back, so that's fun. Say hi, Leah.
Hi. We missed you. I hope you missed us.
It's just me and Leah this time.
Yes.
We're still, things were like in limbo for a while.
Being an adult is hard.
Yeah, we figured things out for now. Veda and Becca might be back someday, but for now it's just the two Weebs, but we'll still call it four Weebs just to avoid confusion.
And it's for the Weebs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We really thought that through.
We're just happy to be back. It feels good to talk into the microphone again.
Feel the vibrations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And pro tip, like if you plan a long international trip, don't plan on like moving as soon as you get back, because
that was not a good choice.
That's what I'm doing right now, and yeah, it's pretty bad. But I went to Japan and that was cool. So there's, anime shit everywhere, good food.
What were some memorable things?
Well, I definitely, like, the first time I went to Akihabara was, like, pretty early on in the trip, and I was already pretty tired when I got there, and which was a mistake, because, like, the culture shock hit me too hard.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that, actually, how much you really felt the culture shock.
Well, I think Akihabara is, like, pretty, like, that's... Like
that's
pretty,
about as
like,
extreme as it's gonna get.
That's just like jumping into the deep end. There's just like so many visuals and loud noises all happening at once, and
all the people.
I was like walking around in this really cramped manga and like light novel section of a store. Then I go upstairs and suddenly like everything is porn. And then
you're like, oh god, I found it and I wasn't ready.
But yeah, Japan was pretty sweet overall. Would recommend. I'm gonna go back again someday. I think next time I go though, I want to check out somewhere more northern in Japan, just so I can like compare that to the Tokyo area. Yeah,
like as much as I want to see Tokyo, obviously, because I mean,
there's so much. There's so many different things you can do there, though.
Yeah, I really want to see like more like rural Japan and all that too. So
I think when I go back, I want to be able to at least like hold a conversation in Japanese.
Yeah,
because at least in Tokyo, there's a pretty decent amount of English.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, I would definitely change your experience if you could actually speak the language. You'd be able to get around to a lot of different, more like unique places that aren't just as touristy and stuff.
Yeah, and when I was going this time, I was going with like a U of C field trip, so that's different too. Like I was traveling in a big group for a lot of it. So
where'd you guys stay? Like a hotel?
We're staying at this international dorm, which is part of Senshu University, which is technically in Kawasaki City, I believe, which is like northern Tokyo. Tokyo's so like large and sprawled out, it's like it's hard for me to kind of identify where things were, but we traveled around to a lot of different places. So yeah, if any of y'all listeners have questions about Japan, feel free to ask us on the internet.
And by that he means him. Ask Liam. I can't help
I guess
you.
Ask me.
The closest thing I got to Japan this week was tonight when I went to a Death Note themed locked room, which is in Calgary. Cool. It's trapped in Kensington. I can't spoil things, but it was definitely had a lot of references for people who've watched the show, which is pretty cool.
Does it? Because I'm only halfway through the Death Note manga. I'm not watching the show yet. So, like, does it have spoilers for the show?
No, it's like, you see some pictures of the characters, and obviously there's an actual Death Note. And,
okay.
In their lobby, though, is pretty cool. They actually have little mini Ryuk statues.
Oh, nice.
Which I liked. I appreciated. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And actually, it was quite hard. And I've done quite a few locked rooms. And it was actually decently difficult. So, in a good way.
Well, for any listeners that are going to be in Calgary, you can check that out. Also, any listeners that'll be in Calgary on the Canada Day long weekend, Oda Fest should be a fun time this year. I've got my weekend pass. I think Becca has a weekend pass too, but all of us will be there at some point.
Yeah, experiencing all the weebiness. Yeah,
so if you want to meet up, let us know. I'm going to have some spicy cosplay at least one day, but I won't tell you what it is.
Oh, damn, I wanted to ask.
you know what it is. It's that outfit I bought that I was telling you about.
Oh my dear God.
I don't know. I might only be able to last a couple hours in that. It's pretty yeah, no spoilers though.
That'll explain itself in time, I feel.
Yeah. So, yeah, on probably another episode, I'll talk about the Japan trip more, or, if you guys have any questions, I'll address them in the next episode. Our main topic for this episode, other than just general, catching up, we're going to talk about Attack on Titan, because we said we would, back in January, and now we're finally going to talk about it.
Let's talk. Oh, my dogs are barking. We're let's talk about it as it airs. No, there's one episode left to air.
It's okay. Our audience is understanding.
Yeah, that's true. At least we're back.
And now there's it's on episode 11. There's only one left, but
yeah,
it's still good. I guess I should also say, since we're down to co-hosts, we're back to recording with Skype. If anyone notices a difference in quality, we'll move back to TeamSpeak eventually. It's just with me moving and everything. There's so much to deal with.
And some of our episode formats will be a little different than what you're used to, potentially, but we're going to figure it out, and it will still be full of anime goodness, so just bear with us.
I'm sure they're just happy that we're back.
To hear our voices. Hopefully we were two of your favorite weebs, even though we're all amazing. I don't know. I hope you don't hate me and you're like, oh, damn it, she's the only one left.
I wanted the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've been to Japan. I put on a yukata. I bought some anime stuff, so I'm officially the top tier weeb of this podcast.
Yes, you
are.
Now
you definitely can't deny that I'm the harem lord.
I was gonna say bow down to the harem lord. Yeah. All right. So.
Okay, so Attack on Titan.
I'm gonna say spoiler disclaimer at this point, obviously.
If you haven't watched it up to this point, stop listening.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've watched up to episode 36, which is the 11th episode of season 2 or part 3 or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on this season in general so far compared to the other stuff, which was 3 years ago?
Well, that was the first thing I was going to say is I haven't watched Attack on Titan since it was originally airing in the first place, and I haven't read the manga at all. So,
yeah, I watched it. I watched it in 2015.
Yeah.
So it was there's a decent gap in between the two, but it wasn't as long as everyone else.
Yeah, part of me wishes I had went back and watched it again, because I feel I felt a little disconnected from a lot of the characters because of it.
I definitely had to refresh myself on a lot of stuff.
So that was kind of the main thing I thought at first. And the other thing just was I remember a couple weeks ago month ago, whatever, before I started watching season 2. And I was sitting with my two friends, one who watches anime and one who wants to get into anime. And the one who watches anime, she was like, oh my god, you have to start with Attack on Titan, it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. And it's so
that's not a good one to start with.
I know. And she's and it's so hardcore, for lack of a better word, or whatever. And I was like, I've watched way worse than Attack on Titan, as far as creepy things or emotional things or whatever. And then,
what would you say is that's worse than Attack on Titan?
Well, I don't know. I was just thinking of things like B-Tomb and stuff like that.
Pupa.
But, oh god, well, that's a completely different kind of bad.
Yeah.
But basically, when I watched the first episode of season 2 of Attack on Titan, I cringed, and I was like, oh god, I forgot how freaking creepy the Titans are.
Oh, yeah.
I was
and they're even creepier. They're creepier this season, I think.
I think I changed my mind and say that, I was I forgot they're really, unnerving.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what my initial thoughts were. What about you?
Yeah, it's definitely I was enjoying watching it again and getting those Attack on Titan vibes, because it's got that pretty Like, it's got that very melodramatic feel, which was getting a little annoying when I watched it the first time after 24 episodes. But I think watching it in a weekly format is a lot better rather than binging it. And it's definitely, like, starts off pretty weird and, like, stays nice and weird, which is good because, like, that's what makes it what it is. Especially, like, with the Beast Titan right away.
Yeah, I don't get...
Like, yeah, that's the thing. Like, we're almost to the
monkey-ish, like, distracts me.
And the fact how like the opening sequence has like shots of like dinosaurs and just random like wildlife, and I
really want some like random ass dinosaur titan to just like roll up. And I'm like, what? Because I don't know if they're supposed to be, you know, because the one titan's like an ape. I don't know if it's supposed to be kind of like an allusion to like, you know, the beginning of time and stuff like that. And like,
dude, who knows at this point? There's so many different.
That's
the thing. Like, we're almost to the end of this like season of Attack on Titan, and like pretty much nothing has been explained about the Beast Titan.
Yeah, and that's the thing that like
it's gonna end on another like cliffhanger.
About Attack on Titan, and for when I'm like, okay, this only has 12 episodes. Are you gonna make us wait another 3 years for 12 more? Because like you just, it's like a good and a bad thing, right? It's like you just start feeling like you're getting somewhere, and then they're like, okay, never mind, we're taking that away from you, and we're just gonna string things along for a couple more episodes, and then we're gonna end the season. And I'm just like,
the pace is definitely the same as like the other one. Like, some parts are pretty drawn out, lots of flashbacks, but I don't like that works for Attack on Titan. I don't mind it. Like, yeah, definitely if it's been like 3 or 4 years since you've watched the other one, like it might be better if you at least refresh yourself on a decent amount of it before you start this one.
Probably should have.
But I guess if they're listening this far into the podcast already, they've already watched it because spoilers. So
yeah,
I want to talk about the stuff that's happened recently, just because that's fresh in my brain. And I just really liked how, was it Commander Irwin?
Yeah,
he like tells everyone to charge, and then he gets like bitten by a titan, and getting dragged away, and he's like, no, keep going. And then he like rescues Eren later, just like with one arm. He's just like tied off his sleeve, and he's like, I'm still going. I was like, that's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was a really great scene. That was good. And I was happy he didn't die. I kind of figured, because, you know, they didn't show him getting initially swallowed. I'm like, oh, he's coming back in like 5 minutes, guys.
Yeah, I mean, usually they're not afraid to just like kill off characters. Yeah, no, it's getting like the whole, like, now that there's so many other characters that also turn into Titans, it's like I have no idea where the story's gonna go.
I did like the twist with how Bernholtz and
Reiner. Yeah, they're like the colossal Titan and the armored Titan. Yeah, that was probably like my favorite part of the show so far was like the 2 or 3 episodes where they were fighting them, like when they revealed that they were the Titan, and like Mikasa kind of attacked them. And then, like, the fight broke out, and then
oh my god, I forgot how freaking crazy Mikasa is for Eren.
Yeah, well, and then, like, Eren has the kind of, like, wrestling match with the armored Titan.
Yeah.
But then, of course, things don't go well, and then Eren has to be all stumpy-armed for a while.
The whole time, the only thing that bothered me with the armored Titan is I'm like, I know later in the episode they mention how you have to go for his joints, but for me, I'm like, so what? When you stab him in all the open parts showing his muscle, it doesn't work? Like, it just shows like the vulnerable parts. Pounding away, like, at just the armored part, and I'm just like...
Yeah, maybe wasn't she just, like, going for his, like, nape? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Okay, one thing I don't understand, though, and I don't know if this is something they just haven't explained, or I missed it from not watching the first season recently, why do the Titans still try and attack the humanoid Titans?
That's a good question.
Like, I
don't know. I don't know why, like, they attack the colossal and the armored Titan.
And so, listeners, if anyone knows, I'll go search around on the internet after. I'm sure it'll tell me. It might answer or spoil things for me. But if anyone knows...
There's so much complicated stuff going on.
Yeah,
with like the plot, I'm just like, okay, I'll just wait and like see if anything gets answered in the next episode, even though it probably won't, because like they've barely addressed the fact that there was like a Titan inside a wall and the priest knows something. Yeah,
that was the one like kind of concern I had for this season. Is it's like, as much as I love that they're like slowly revealing things and making the world and story more intricate, I'm worried that they're gonna get, like, if they do too much of that, like hint at too much, but then never answer anything, I'm afraid it's just gonna get really like muddled.
I mean, for me, it just kind of depends on how long we have to wait for the next season.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, before the first 24 episodes, were those all back to back, or was there like a break between the first 12 and the second 12?
I think they were pretty much all packed back from what I remember. I can look it up.
Because I think I looked at the summer lineup, and I'm pretty sure Attack on Titan isn't on there.
No, I didn't see it.
But maybe it will be in the fall. Fingers crossed.
I mean, it might not have been completely back to back, but it definitely was not 3 years apart. Yeah. So
I wish there was more Levi, you know?
Yeah.
Shout out to my friend Melissa. I'm sure she wishes there was more Levi.
I do love Levi.
Yeah. She like was cosplayed Levi, I think. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean his arm is broken and everything, so
yeah, he's kind of
I'm glad
like,
they definitely like toned down the amount of like Armin shouting. So there's only like a little bit of it. So far.
Oh, I did not miss that at all.
So many monologues.
Armin just drives me crazy. You know, that's something I kind of actually was thinking about when I was watching the last episode here, was that I was like, I don't actually really overly like any of the main characters. I don't dislike them, but I don't really have like a
I didn't like them attachment at first, but now like especially I think it was like because before Aaron was always like kind of like annoying and whiny to me, but now like especially when he was like getting really mad and like screaming at Bertolt and Reiner, like I was definitely like, yeah, embrace that rage. And like I was enjoying it a bit more just because like that was a really good twist that they were like the colossal and armored titans. But maybe it's because I've also been like, well, I watched like Berserk the anime. I finished that a while ago. I think I've talked about that. And then like I watched the movies that like kind of redid the 90s anime. And then I watched like the 2016 anime, which is like pretty bad, but I still watched it. And then like in Japan, when I was on the trains a lot, I was reading the Berserk manga. So I've like gone through the Golden Age arc, the first arc of it, like, or the second arc of it. I've read through it like 3 times. And each time I've read through it, it's like just as emotionally destroying. It's so good. And yeah, the character Guts is just like so filled with rage. And I guess like I can see some of that influence in Eren. Apparently Guts' influence is like in a lot of anime characters.
Oh, I can imagine.
He was the OG sad sword boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Berserk. I don't know. You gotta watch it. It's so good. Anyways, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, I wish I didn't have to start Berserk off with the really shitty CG one, but
yeah, and I'm like I haven't caught up with it yet since I've been back from Japan, but like I've watched a decent chunk of like the 2017 Berserk, which is like continuing the 2016, and it's like there's like all the anime pages on Facebook I follow always like repost the animation from it because some of it's so bad.
Yeah.
I mean, this probably isn't news to a lot of the listeners.
Especially if you listen to the one episode on it. But
yeah, I mean, like, watch the 90s anime and the Golden Age movies, and then from that point, just read the manga.
There we go.
So anyways, back to Attack on Titan.
Aaron I've always liked. I've never had a problem with him. Armin, I've always just whatever.
Does anyone like Armin?
I don't know. But for me this season, it was Mikasa, because I really liked her in the other ones. And she was like a badass and whatever. But this season, I found like you don't really get a lot of her.
Yeah,
and when you do, all it is just her being like, Aaron,
protect Aaron.
Yeah, you know, like going crazy girlfriend.
I think there just hasn't been a lot of room for Mikasa this season because they've focused on like Ymir,
Yeah,
however you
Ymir,
say her
yeah.
name, and what, Sasha? Yeah.
Krista.
Oh, Krista, right.
Yeah.
So there's only so much they can cram into like 12 episodes.
Which is true.
So hopefully maybe when we get to like the episode 13 and past that, there'll be more Mikasa.
She always like kept her cool, and now I just feel like all of a sudden she's just like, nah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but again, I really should have went back and watched the first season, because I'm sure if you were to watch the first season through to where it is now, that the flow is probably much more proper than how I feel it is. But
I don't know. Binging like all the first stuff though might get you like a little annoyed at the tone of it, just because like I kind of binged it and like it was a lot of like screaming conversations to handle. So that's why I think watching it in this weekly format is pretty sweet. But at the same time, like it's like I want more after I finish each episode.
Yeah, it's like you do and you don't. Like I pretty much watched them almost all at once. Okay. But it was more like I watched like three in one sitting, and then three like the next day or something like that. Because I do find that as much as you want to know what happens next, that you are kind of like, okay.
Yeah, I feel like since the winter season started, I've like gotten in the habit of watching things like every week as they come out. Because I feel like if you skip one episode, then that can easily turn into two, and then like the backlog starts building up.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened to me.
I was like up to date with everything before I went to Japan. So now that I'm back, I just had like 3 episodes of everything to catch up on. Yeah, and now the season's almost over. We're gonna see. Yep. I mean, I'm assuming Attack on Titan will end on a cliffhanger of some sort. Certainly. And like, I'll just be like left with some really annoying question for a while. But I'm interested to see how Little Witch Academia is gonna end, because the last 3 episodes I just watched were real intense.
Yeah, I really love that show.
Yeah, that show's really good, guys. Watch it, please. Maybe that one will end on a cliffhanger too, and there'll be a second season of that, but that'd be surprising.
We can do an episode on it.
Yeah, there's already, because like that one's already on episode 23. Like that one's been going since winter, so. God bless you, Studio Trigger.
Oh, yeah. I love Trigger.
Have you watched any other anime this season?
Oh, no, I've been so bad. Like, I just haven't had a lot of time. And then my dad and I also started binging Game of Thrones.
Oh, were you not caught up with it before? Or?
Oh, no, we were. We just started from the very beginning.
Again? Nice.
Just to, like, prepare for the new season. But that's not anime related.
Yeah. When does... I don't really have TV, so I have to wait for the DVDs to come out. But, yeah, season 6 was pretty spicy.
Yes, it sure was.
I feel like Game of Thrones... It'll either end with season 7 or season 8. I hope like season 7 or season 8 is the last one.
Season 8 is. It's been confirmed, and they're both only 7 episodes.
7 episodes?
Yeah, this season is only
not
7
enough.
episodes. I know.
I feel when shows get past 5 seasons, it's usually like a good chance that they'll start to suck after that.
Yeah, it's usually pretty true.
Like Breaking Bad was 5 seasons, and that was like 5 really good seasons.
And things while they're strong.
I mean, there's a lot of shows that go longer than that are good, but I mean, it kind of depends on the show. I guess a show like Game of Thrones, like if that drags on too long, now that they've like gone past the books and like doing their own thing.
And then what's funny with anime is it's like.
It's either like 2 seasons or like 15.
Exactly. And it's like usually the animes that you do want to be longer aren't.
You have like 500 episodes of Naruto Shippuden, and then you just start Boruto, which is like similar. Yeah. I saw a lot of Boruto manga in Japan.
I guess we should say, I mean, the last episode Weebs left off of, that's what we were supposed to be watching and discussing.
Naruto Shippuden?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine to skip that.
I watched that shit and everything.
I also watched that Shit.
Oh, and now we're not even talking about it. You know what,
Well,
listeners?
let's
It's
talk
fine
about
now.
it like a little bit. The first 5 minutes were like, hey, this might be better than like the first Naruto, and then like after that, it was like, no, it's the same shit.
Yeah, it seemed a little less juvenile.
We're just
Doesn't
gonna
mean I
draw.
liked it any better.
This is the part of the episode where we draw a lot of hate from people.
Yeah. It's been thoroughly disclaimed that none of us are Naruto fans of any variety now on this show. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So, probably a good thing we didn't have that episode because I feel like it would have been a real short one. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. What was the good anime for that one even? I don't remember.
Wasn't it both Naruto of some kind?
Was it? I don't think so.
I don't remember.
Whatever. I don't
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
quite matter.
Oh yeah, we're really on the ball.
It's fine. Most of the people, like the students in Japan I talked with about anime, like when they did say like, oh yeah, I watch anime, like it was almost all the shows they listed were like Shonen Jump shows.
Yeah.
Or like there was one guy, he didn't really watch any anime, but he was really into basketball, so he'd watch like all of Hajime no Ippo, but that's it. And like a little bit of Haikyuu, of course.
Yeah, well, it's like I said, it's really interesting. Like the things that are popular in Japan, like anime wise, aren't necessarily what's popular here, right? But I think it just goes with like what kind of media is popular on what sides of the world, right? So
I feel like most of the proper otakus are like shut-ins like me, so it's actually hard to go out and meet them.
yeah, that could be it too.
There was one day I definitely like wore a Kill la Kill shirt, and then when we were having a symposium with the students, one of the students was like, oh, you watch anime? I was like, yes. Yeah.
Hi.
What's your name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. What else of Attack on Titan? What else did you notice? Like, don't like?
My general feelings are about it is like it's very good to watch, but the whole time I've known it's like this is probably gonna end on a cliffhanger, and I'll be unsatisfied.
I know, like when you find out that Bergholt and Reiner are the Titans and how they have to go back to their hometown. I'm like, yes, like I want to see that. I want to know. I want to understand. Blah blah blah. And I was like, and it's only like episode 6, so I might actually see it. And I should have fucking known better.
Well, even like really early on when the Beast Titan like kills that one guy, also the Beast Titan just like chucking his horse at him. That's so like, oh, brutal. And then he like takes his 3D maneuvering gear too, and he's like, oh, how interesting. It's like that we probably, I don't know when we'll ever find out what happens with that, but
yeah, it was kind of cool to see with oh my god, Ymir, how she gets thrown into that pit and it like glows. So I'm like, okay, so that's what made her a Titan then. Like there's
there's still so many unanswered questions, or the weird like Titan that's that guy's mom who's just like trapped in the building.
Yeah.
And just like
oh my god, I love
people.
that. Yeah. I know. It's like they're spoon feeding you like little hints and answers.
Yeah.
But
and that's like the part I like best is like the weird
questions with it.
Yeah, just like the weird lore stuff. I just want more of that. But
I know, me too.
We get so little. Just give us more.
And that's why I said, I'm like, right now it's a good thing, but I hope they don't like overkill that and then not give you enough answers and drag it on forever and ever. But that's just me being more butthurt and wanting another season so my questions can be answered.
It's all about the butthurt.
Yeah, so. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the next time we record, we'll like talk about what happened in the next episode, so.
Oh, I imagine it's just be that they get Eren, they escape. Bernhold and Reiner probably go off. What I don't know is going to be
will they though?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they will be like, never mind, we want to be on your side. Who knows? I want to know more about Krista or Historia.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Because apparently she's like some secret weapon or key to something.
Yeah. Connected to the church, which is probably what originally made the Titans, is what I'm thinking. Because those priests, when they show up and take Ymir. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if like with the manga, if it's just as confusing for them.
Mm-hmm. I know part of me is so tempted to go read the manga, but then like, but do I want to do that, or do I just want to like wait?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually see if I can look up if like it says when the next season's coming out.
Okay.
Let's see what I find.
While you're doing that, listeners, if you have any specific ideas or suggestions for episodes, let us know. We can always take those into consideration. But if you don't have any ideas, don't worry. We'll think of something
to entertain your ears.
We'll have some content for you, regardless. What's the intertubes say?
Not a whole lot. Let's see what I can find. It's mainly just bitching about how season 2 is only 12 episodes.
Yeah. Well, at least we know we aren't getting anything in the summer season. So
yeah, it doesn't. There would definitely be more here, I think.
Man, I hope there's something good in the summer season, because this spring season's been really good. Aside from Berserk 2017. Ugh.
Yeah, I found that, usually the summer season's so strong, but, looking at Mal, the spring lineup looks a lot better than what the summer is going to be. The summer one I didn't see too much, I don't think. But I have to go back and double check, but...
Is it 2017 that we're getting the second season of One Punch Man? Isn't there like a sequel to Yuri on Ice confirmed as well?
Oh, God.
No, I think Yuri on Ice is just getting like an OVA special, not quite another season.
I will take whatever it wants
to just give it anything.
Yeah, I'm like, I will take anything, Yuri.
Important question for Otafest, though. Do we think the Yuri on Ice cosplayers will outnumber the Attack on Titan cosplayers?
I don't know, because people are going to have to be pretty brave to cosplay Yuri, unless they just do a lot of tracksuit Yuris. That could be possible. Yeah. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of figure skating.
Just people like walking around in skates.
Skates and
just watch someone come in like roller skates and just like skate around Otafest the whole time.
Yeah.
Would that be allowed?
I don't know. Try it. Yeah, I'm not really seeing a whole lot for Attack on Titan, and my internet's being a dick, so I can't even look up what the summer seasonal anime is going to be.
Okay.
So...
we'll have more for you next episode, then, Weebs. Or if you have any of that intel, feel free to let us know.
Yes.
Well, should we wrap up the episode here then?
I guess so. Well,
I think it's been pretty solid, like, first episode back. It's been like a while since we recorded. We're sorry.
Yeah, we apologize, guys. But if you're still checking our page, wow, thank you.
Just people just refreshing it every day and be like, no, still nothing.
Where are they? No. Well, hopefully.
Oh, by the way, the best Pocky I found was mango Pocky.
Oh, there's so much Pocky everywhere.
There's actually like
Did you
not
see
as
the
much
Oreo Pocky?
The what?
Well, I call it Oreo Pocky, but it's got the chocolate stick and the vanilla outside.
I didn't see that one.
I wonder if it doesn't exist anymore.
Actually, they're delicious. Like... I didn't see like a lot of the weird Pocky flavors I found. Just like one store would have kind of a weird flavor I'd buy. Like it was kind of hard to find a lot of the weird stuff.
What about the Kit Kats?
Kit Kats was a bit harder than I thought as well. But apparently there was a Kit Kat store I could have gone to. But I did get some like cookies and cream Kit Kats, and those are the best.
Yum.
Yeah.
Sounds tasty.
Japan, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys know you can find us on My Anime List or Facebook. We've got a neglected YouTube page that there might be some stuff on there in the summer. We'll definitely make an Otafest video to put on there. So yeah, thanks for listening as always, and we'll catch you on the flip side probably next week. Not 100%, but like 2 weeks from now for sure.
What we're gonna talk about? You will find
out. Surprise. We'll talk about the next episode of Attack on Titan for sure, and then something else.
All right. Night, listeners.
Good night. Thanks.